Welcome, listeners, to a new episode of Dungeons and Pop Aberrant Adventures as we return to Fictional Heroism. But first, Brian has some special news as we've actually managed to get some sponsors. Hey, Brian, hit us up.
I would like to take this time to mention that we actually have a couple of affiliates now. I bet our listeners get really thirsty, don't they? We actually have a sponsorship from Liquid Water, Life Water, and we'll make sure to have that code up in today's soda break, so you guys can get in that. Because if you use our code Dungeons and Pop, you will receive, I believe, about 15% off your order. And we know there's a bunch of people who have their hungry little youngins and babies out there. I got BB right here next to me. Our other affiliate is the company Nom Nom. They make specialized dog food meals for your pets, and BB just loves them. So, and that is the same affiliate code for that is Dungeons and Pop. And you'll receive 35% off your first order and package from Nom Nom. All right, Sean, I'm all done.
When last we left our heroes, they were in the middle of the battle with the fae that had caused the dance fever that struck Prachetville as they prepared for their great human production. And as they battled, they realized that the speakers were giving the fae power, even as Belle managed to distract the fae at the last minute by pointing out a poor citizen as being Tony Danza. And now, on to the show.
Bell shouts at the top of his lungs, "Hey, look, it's Tony!" Tony Danza, right? Did I say it right?
Tony Danza.
Get him! I shout again and I find him off of my voice. Hey, look, it's Tony Danza! You guys go down into a dance battle. He's a really good dancer. Maybe you get really strong if you beat him. I just keep doing that in different voices and shouting as loud as I possibly can.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's just... the fae is starting to run over to the guy because, it's Tony Danza.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to meet Michael Jackson. So this is next best thing.
Mm-hmm.
While the Michael Faye and the other Faye seem distracted momentarily, can Colin still sort of see or sense like that web of strands of power?
Yeah, you can still sense it, that it's coming off of him, and it seems to weaken for the moment because he's distracted. And I think you get the sense that these transformed people are aggressive because he was directing them.
Collins has a silver knife. As they're distracted, he's just going to run out and sort of try to slice through these cords of power and connection with the silver knife, as many as he can reach, and see if that does anything.
You know what? Okay. I am going to ask for I feel like this would be
Well, hey, I have an idea.
Okay.
I have the move Learned, which is an exile move that's you research the legends and tales of monsters in your home time, and it just sort of gives some extra questions for Investigate a Mystery. I could roll Investigate a Mystery and sort of think about whether this or another way disrupt these strands might work. That work?
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. I think that makes sense.
That's a better roll for me anyway. Oh yeah, that's a much better. But yeah, that's a 13.
Okay. All right. What's your questions?
Let's see. What defenses are effective against this creature?
Is it what offenses or defense?
Defenses. What defenses are effective against this creature? That's one of the bonus ones I get.
Okay, I think you're looking around at all this with your mind, and you realize there's much sick. You didn't notice it before because I think you were so focused on trying to figure out where it was. Is there are much larger strands leading from this creature to the speakers. You ironically figure out the best defense to this would be a good offense to those speakers, because it seems to be much like you've just saw Stan do to summon his grandma. Brian, Dice, you can do stuff with your summoned creature.
Excellent.
Okay.
And we will work it out, at least how it was done with the Keeper Retreat, where I summoned Chiauzer. You get the sense the best defense here is surprisingly an offense. If you take out the speakers, he's going to lose a lot of the power that he's drawing. He's literally using the power of dance in this moment. And I think you get the sense right now, just because how powerful the strands are.
Okay.
You kind of get the sense that these are like in a video game, these are like shield points where you have the boss battle where you have to take out the shield.
Okay. Any of the other questions, really? I guess seeing the Feral Fae turning their attention towards this man that is not Tony Danza, but just some poor guy who needed to use the bathroom. What's the best way to protect the victims? I guess, what was it going to do then? It maybe meaning what it's going to do to Tony Danza, to not Tony Danza.
I think as you see it running towards this not Tony Danza, the jaw kind of dislocating and the mouth growing. You think back suddenly on what you know, that the reason why it was doing all of this was to make itself a big meal, and you realize to your horror that if that's Tony Danza, he's probably going to snack on him a little mint before the full meal.
Yep.
Sorry, Tony Danza. I didn't mean to diss you like that.
Okay. And then I guess the last question is, what can hurt it? Is there, besides the speakers, is there anything else that can hurt this Fae directly, maybe?
Well, I think if you're thinking about it, you do know that iron is poisonous to the Fae. And it's not just where they have to eat it. If you can get it to touch it, it's basically like mercury for humans.
Okay. And Mr. Collins is going to call out towards the bearded man at the bathroom. Good sir, if you have iron, make use of it. And then at his next opportunity, I think it's somebody else's turn to do something now, but at his next opportunity, he's going to try to shoot the speakers.
All right. And I believe now it is, I think it's Roger and Stan, because Bell distracted him, then it's,
Yeah.
It's Stan or Roger's turn.
Works for me.
Yeah, Brian, if you have something to roll with.
Oh, I was going to say, you go ahead first because I'm smashing the other speaker.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm going to also try and break a speaker. Yeah, I'm just going to take aim, essentially. I'm going to pull out my heirloom sword and use that as, like, kind of a focus. And I'm going to just kind of, like, mumble some magic over this thing and enchant it with some force. And I'm going to just, like, take a big swing and try and use the sword to, like, cast a blast of force magic at the speaker to knock it off of its pedestal and knock it to the ground.
Okay. Roll that beautiful bean footage, as they say.
What would you rule this as? Is this going to be kick some ass, or is this some use magic rule?
I'm going to say use magic.
Okay. Well, so this is going to suck because that was a 2 and a 2 plus 2. The hits keep coming. This is going to suck. The effect happens, but you trigger all of the glitches. The glitches being my cat being a stinky boy. Hello. Well, stinky boy. Oh, yep. Ow. That's Daddy's face. I am going to not take harm. I'm going to not take harm this time.
Okay. I think you swing this sword forward. You're just trying to focus your magic, and I feel like you're just trying to literally, like, because you're basically Legend of Zelda-ing launching a sword beam. You do this, and the magic is coursing around you and you're trying to focus it, and another feral fae comes up behind you, but you manage to dodge forward and your concentration glitches for a second. And as a problematic side effect, you guys see Roger launch this sword beam at the base of the speaker and cause it to kind of collapse. But you also see Roger drink a little and become a little less defined. And Roger, you're a little cartoon Link version of Roger now. You're half your height. You went from Super Mario to Mario.
Okay. I'm Toon Roger now.
Yeah. Dan just looks at this. He looks down at the Toon Roger, pulls out a flask, just pours it out. No more alcohol for Stan. He's done now.
Pour one out for your homies.
This has been everything. These speakers need to be destroyed.
I think as you destroy the speaker, you see the.
Mm-hmm.
I think as you see this, the Fae flinches and kind of stumbles, and you get not Tony Danza some time to run and scream back into the bathroom. A little crack on the door. And then it is Stan's turn.
All right, time for smashy time. I was taking the front right and smashing the right rear, correct?
Yeah.
Isn't there still one more?
Well, this turn would be act under pressure.
Okay.
You throw it at the other speaker.
Excellent. Allow me to roll. That would be a 9.
All right. So I think you do this. You throw it, but you do something that you didn't even think was possible, Dan.
Yay.
And I think you heave it and you hear a crack and you just tweaked your back. And you have a -1 to tough rolls right now.
Excellent.
And take 1 harm.
Ow. Owie.
Okay. And then we're top of the round again. As I think the Fae pushes himself up and he's charging full blown for the door now. They seeing that Tony Danza ran. He is a Fae. His man has just slighted him. You even see him. He's actually running on all fours like Rob Schneider and the animal.
Ooh.
What do you guys do?
Ooh. I don't like that.
Yeah, I think Roger's gonna see that after having broken this speaker, and he's just going to try and keep that Fae away from that random hopeless person and put a wall up in between them.
All right.
Here we go. That's a 9. Finally.
Okay. All right.
That's a 9.
All right.
We take those.
What does it say on a 9?
Yeah, I was just like looking at that because it's an attack spell. I feel like glitches from use magic still probably apply.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah.
So I'll take a problematic side effect. What could go wrong? I don't have that move.
All right. So you throw up this wall, and I think you kind of almost dive forward. I think at this, just because you're trying to hurry and you're trying to make sure you're getting ahead of this Fae, and you do form this wall. But here's the thing: it's not quite a wall because this wall is attached to you because it's literally magic extending out of the hand you're using to cast this.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that was like a Green Lantern construct, but not a very good one because unlike the other ones, you can't lift it up because you just formed a large wall. You got to sever the connection or something, or figure out some way to get it to move to regain.
Yeah, before I can move again, I need to either break it or figure out like how to leave it off. Okay, cool.
Almost like a cartoonish style. You just see this Fae run face first into this wall. Oh,
that.
And his nose is broken as he takes 1 harm.
Yeah, he'll take 2 harm actually because it's a force wall. So I get to add the 1 harm tag to it.
Well, no, he still takes 1 harm.
Oh yeah, he has armor or anything
because these guys still have a speaker up.
Ah,
there's the puzzle part. But yeah, all right. who's next? I believe it's Belle, Dan, and Collins.
Oh, no, I already went, so it'd be Bell, then Colin.
Or Belle or Collins. Yeah, Belle or Collins. I'll you guys figure out what goes first.
I don't mind either way. If you want me to go, I can go right now.
Yeah.
All right.
And remember, you can send your grandmother to teach this Faye a lesson.
I'm going to ask her, hey, grandmother, I'm sorry for sending you so without warning and stuff, but I need to help. So,
What is it, dear? What can I do for you?
So this Fae is trying to take over this town and has turned a lot of people into, I don't know, weird creature things. But can you help me fight them?
All right, yes, I do believe I could use some entertainment and some gentle relaxation of the combat arts. You see her whip out her arm to the side and form a giant sword, easily her whole height.
Belle does the same. All right, then. Thank you so much. Let's go fight them together.
All right. And I think as a summoned creature, we will say with this, I will, to give you a benefit, I'm going to roll to help out.
How far away is Michael from me?
Michael, I would say he's about as far away as you were thrown, because he's almost to the bathroom now. He basically got baseball glove slapped by Roger.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sentence I didn't think I'd ever say or hear on An American Dad.
Belle just runs after him. He has like a sword about it's almost about like his height, I guess you'd say, but it seems like it's almost as light as a rapier to Belle. And Belle's just charging it to attack Michael.
I think your grandmother just kind of picks you up and puts you on her shoulder for a moment.
Okay, that's fine.
As she takes off running. Oh, by the way, you get a +1 because she rolled a 9.
Do I roll to attack, right?
Yeah, you roll to attack, but you get an additional +1 because she's helping you out.
Okay, so
I would say +1 to damage shoe.
Okay, so that would be you kick ass, right?
Yeah, kick some ass.
And that's tough, right?
Yeah. Unless you have a move that makes it weird or something. Because I know
Nope.
The monstrous, there's that option.
Nope, it's not.
Okay.
Okay, I rolled. That would be a 9 + 1. That would be a 10.
All right. If I remember correctly, you get to choose one additional effect. You gain the advantage, take +1 forward or give 1 forward to another hunter. You inflict terrible harm, +1 harm. You suffer less harm, -1 harm, or you force them where you want them.
I'm going to pick suffer less harm for this, and I'm going to aim for Michael's face, if that's okay with Belle. I'm going to let you choose where his grandmother hits.
Okay.
Belle's going for the face.
Your grandmother kind of runs over and she tosses you, then tosses the sword. So I kind of picture it. You're basically being launched with your sword forward.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the additional harm is from the sword. Basically you're double teaming with your mother's sword flying by you.
Yeah. So I do 2 harm, and it says it's messy, and it says hand.
Okay.
I'm guessing that it's hand. That means I have to use my hand, and messy is it's just messy.
Hand means it's within hand-to-hand combat. And then is that 2? Is that with the +1 damage I gave for the...
No, that would be 3 then.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you get thrown forward, and it takes 2 harm as part of the attack is deflected by a weakened shield, but it still cuts into him, and he kind of stumbles back and as you're falling back after you bounce off of him. Belle, you just feel a sharp pain as you just got kicked in the ass.
Ow.
And how do you back away?
It's like Belle gets...
Because he kind of reacts, it gets knocked back, it gets cut, and he just does like this dance move of high kick up and just kind of punches you back in the air backwards.
Belle just kind of ow, and he just rubs his butt with his free hand as he kind of gets back up. Ow.
And Aldrich is looking pretty badly hurt.
Okay. How much harm does that do to me?
That does 1 harm.
Okay.
Ignore armor.
That's fine. I don't think I have any. So.
Oh, 1 harm. It hurts so bad. Me,
I just-
me and Collins over here fucking dying.
It's like Bell. It's like, ow, my butt. Literally, the hunter dying.
We're just over here like, oh, good. Good for you.
Just the humans over here are getting killed.
No worries. No worries. I'm crying up. I'm going to pass my turn to Mr. Collins now.
Collins lets out a ragged and weakening cheer at the attack.
Hey.
Yes. He having now again taken a moment to reload this giant volatile, heavy, and smoky weapon. He is going to level it at the remaining speaker and pull the trigger. Let's see if we can't blow this away.
All right.
Yeah.
And I will say, with the damage you guys have done to the speakers, you do notice more and more Fae are just looking confused.
Excellent. All right, that is an 8 on kick some ass. How much luck do we have for this?
Well, I usually give full luck just in case people come back because of rotating cast. So
I'm absolutely going to spend a point of luck because I'm not sure I can take much harm here. let's go ahead and make that attack a 10.
okay, I just need to double check something. Oh wait, this is Exile. I don't think that's in that. Never mind. I couldn't remember if the Exile has a luck move.
Oh, it does. When you spend luck, you'll find something from your original life. Maybe something good, maybe something bad. All right, well, okay, interesting.
Oh, that I can use that.
Yeah? Okay.
Oh no.
Well, in this case, I'm gonna, I fire this shot straight into the speaker, and on a 10 plus, the extra effect I'm gonna choose is suffer less harm.
Yeah, I think at this point you've been dealing with these creatures enough that you level it and you fire at it, and as you're getting ready to fire, you hear the familiar tinge you're now recognizing that usually happens before one of these guys shoot off their laser eye. And so you fire the cannon you let loose. Like Roger, you kind of let the momentum just let it graze you instead of going through you, so you take 1 harm.
Okay.
And you see the final speaker kind of go crashing down.
Let's add an even more ragged cheer. He's now 1 away from dying. I can't heal myself when there's a pause in the action.
We're in another round, and I think at this the Fae is heading for Roger now because you no, actually, Jason, roll me a luck. Roll luck.
Well, we'll see about that. I haven't been rolling very lucky this entire time. But hey, if I fail this, I level up and I might just die. So that's boxcars, baby.
All right.
That's 12 on the dice plus everything.
So that's 15.
Everything. I've not used any luck. So.
And so the Fae is going to charge at Bell because Bell hurt him. And you know what? It still has its mouth wide open. So Bell, it may actually try to swallow you at this point. What do y'all do as you see your lammy friend about to be potentially turned into a vor victim?
Bell has to consider whether or not he's into this.
Bell shouts, I am not into this. I am not into this.
Well, I'm glad that he's had time to consider it. And then I'm going to once again try and just put a wall. But I'm just trying to be annoying. Essentially, I'm just putting walls between this dude and everything that it wants to eat.
You're just putting up walls.
Yeah, no one talked. No one ever get to know me. That's all I am. I'm a wall boy.
All right.
That's another 12.
All right. What do you want to do as your extra effect?
No, I don't get to do that super often. Extra effect. Well, I don't have advanced use magic right now, so it's just choosing.
Okay. I would say you get to still pick an effect on top. I would say because it's a full success and it's used magic, we'll just rule it as you can pick the effect on top of that.
Cool.
If that makes sense.
This thing's been a slippery bastard. Can I use this to, instead of just completely blocking it, can I use the wall to wrap around this thing and trap it in place while also doing one harm to it because of the fact that it is my force wall?
Well, yeah, I mean, that is an effective use magic.
Cool. I would like to do that, please.
All right.
So basically what happens is like this force comes around at this thing, this wall of wind, and it forms your classic stockade that you would like throw tomatoes at, essentially around this thing's like neck and arms, and just like locks it in place.
Yeah, I think you do that. It's lunging, and all of a sudden you just hear it gets stuck. You see it like wriggle, trying to get free. Ah! I've never been treated with such disrespect, and I've eaten at Arby's.
First of all, that's quite rude to Arby's. I quite like the sandwiches. Second of all, fuck you.
Am I allowed?
This is the most random thing I could think to say.
Am I allowed to chime in?
Yeah.
Arby's is better than Taco Bell. Bell chimes.
How dare you, sir? Like Rogers is. Hold on. I don't have time for this conversation right now, but we will have a discussion.
We will.
All right, and that was 2 harm, right?
Yeah. Force plus wall.
Yeah, this guy's not looking well. He almost looks bloodied at this point. Or he would look bloodied now if we were playing D&D, but we're not.
Gotta find some iron here somewhere.
Okay, I think it's Stan, Bell, and Collins. And he's struggling with this. You do see him. I want to say that you do see some of the people starting to revert, but I want to say there's maybe 2 or 3 still as Feral Fae, and they start rushing at Collins and Roger because, their guys aren't doing so well.
Seeing as how Mr. Fay wants to try to eat someone, Mom, eat him.
Oh.
All right, roll kick some ass.
Verily, eat him.
And we'll have a little role play.
Excellent. This is a 10.
Your mother just kind of, what does your mother look like? You never said that this whole time.
I've been waiting for this moment, for this. Because hopefully no one has been trying to look at Stan's mom, because no, she looks like a massive maw on elephant legs with just tentacles that just continue to rise and thrive into the air.
I'm hearing Groot slaying descriptions. A description.
Go for it. Yeah, let's go with the Groot song. And it's funny that you actually mentioned the Groot song last night in my own game. So let's do this.
I think your mom just kind of lunges over and just picks him up, and he's like, no, wait a minute, no, wait. I'm going to get you, please, no. I'm going to get you. That's what That's the other Fae King.
I think just that literally adds this, just goes, hey, Mom, you remember how like that really, really expensive vase broke and I said it was brother from like the Crab Nebula? I lied. It was him. He did it. It just points to the Fae in her mouth.
So you guys can see this maw. Actually, how much damage was that, by the way, Brian? How much damage did your kick some ass? I forgot to ask. Now I think about it.
Okay. So are we just going for like if it's just for like one of my like close weapons?
Yeah.
Oh, 3 harm.
Okay, yeah, I think you guys, you see him still, he's being mauled and attacked. He's still trying to make a deal. He's yelling as he's screaming, and you see him reach into a thing before he finally hear like a snap, and he goes limp inside, and then this maul just kind of does like this mouth moving around, like there's something in there, like, and spits out a book in front of you guys. Does anyone go to look at the book?
No. I just saw that woman, that thing, eat someone and then spit out a book. It's nasty. And also, I'm almost dead. So no.
Bell's gonna just walk over.
Thanks, Mom.
He grabs the book and hands it to which friend's is it Stan, right?
Yep, Stan.
I'm gonna hand you the book.
Thank you, Bell.
Don't let anyone look at it. I remember what happened to Steve from accounting. You know,
Stan was in the process of getting ready to open the book and show it to someone. Yeah.
Bell just smacks you over the head.
Dan, do you look at the book?
Yes, happily.
You see an Eldritch text, the secret
You up.
of the lore worm.
I'm going to make so much money off Greta. Money, 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 money. Money. Bell, you're free. Actually, better yet, you're fired.
Bell,
I don't need you anymore.
Bell just looks at him.
I'm rich.
Bell just kind of.
Hey guys, are you going to do anything about your dying teammates?
Nah.
Of course, I'm going to go over there and try to apply some medical equipment. Oh, my dog just got me with one of her claws, which was stretching. That's what I get for waiting too long.
Bell offers.
But you were saying, Dice?
Oh, I was waiting. I heard someone start speaking, so I didn't want to interrupt. Sean, is there a way to heal people with magic without any specific ability to heal people with magic? Or
Use magic. I think you can use magic.
Yeah, it's just one harm.
Yeah, you can heal one harm, or I think it's one harm, or isn't it also you can make it so they're not unstable?
Yeah, you can choose one or the other. Also, Laura, were you saying something? I think your mic cut out and I didn't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I can also. I have a move called Traditional Remedies that I can heal one harm or stabilize too. So if I do that, I'll in the background pull an ancient first aid kit out and stabilize Roger, and then if Belle wants to heal Collins, and then we'll both be okay.
Bell, I can offer you guys a deal to heal you guys. I'm sorry, this is how demon magic works. I can heal you, but I need a gold coin, or at least a coin of some sort. I don't care. It could just be a penny. Is that a favorable trade?
Oh, that's extremely fair.
Yeah.
Collins will a handful of thin, very old-looking coins with King George the First's face on them and tip them into your hand.
Bell takes them. He holds his hand out to. I'm trying to remember the other character's name. Jason's character's name.
Roger.
He holds his hand out to Roger. Do you have any coins?
Yeah, Roger gives you like a 500 yen coin.
He takes it, puts it in his pocket. I'm going to cast Demon Magic. It's that would be a 10.
All right, you can heal. You can make them unstable, or you can stabilize them or heal one harm.
You can also just fucking kill us. That's also true.
So I have a quick question. So stabilizing,
Yes.
So make them stable is better. Which one's better? Healing them?
Stabilizing.
Yeah.
Because,
I'm going to stabilize both of you
yeah. Thank you.
and just kind of just look at.
And I think as you guys are doing this, you notice everyone's around is just like looking at their clothes, and some people are just like ripping off their clothes, like, "Why am I in this? This is the shit. This is the shittiest fashion." And everyone's kind of like picking up on this is not the 60s or the 70s. Basically, they're
Before anyone notices, he whispers to his grandmother, "Hey, grandma, we need to turn into our human forms. Otherwise, people are going to start freaking out. Please." He just
all right, dear. And you see her transform, and her human form is, well, I'm going to put it this way. She's in a bunny suit.
Bell just turns back into a teenager, and he looks back to his normal outfit. He looks at Roger and Mr. Collins. So I just got fired by him. Is that how the library works? Or I'm confused.
Roger and Collins knows that Stan has no ability to fire anyone out of the library.
I think, young sheepish friend, Dan may have been playing a trick on you.
Okay. Belle looks at Mr.
Damn it, Carl!
Belle looks at Stan. Stan?
My little sheep buddy. There will be no.
You see a smile with the annoying pulsing of his, like if you saw an anime, he's gonna be the annoyed pulse look.
You're free. I will never be doing my shenanigans and trickery on you ever again. My goal is accomplished. I'm going to be stinking, filthy, rich.
Before you start announcing that you are, make sure whatever that thing is, make sure it's the real deal before you start.
Oh,
Get it?
oh, I know it's the real.
Now that this is happening, homeless woman walks over to you, and it's basically what you guys find out through this is that Nancy was the previous researcher for the library in this town. She was an aide to her daughter, a seeker who had been looking into the lore worm, which you guys know is one of the big things that there's all these big meetings. Like you've seen the angel guy go in some of these meetings. There's this guy who looks devilish who I think you guys have walked by the meeting room and heard them talking for some reason. And then which pantheon is Thor again? That's Norse, right? Or am I
Norse, yeah.
Yeah, Thor. If you're talking like Thor, that's Norse.
Yeah. At one point, he was talking the Norse thing about, like the big guns, like the ones that like Greta has been having all these meetings with, have been talking about this. And what happened was they had found something that the library was looking for, and this Fae had been. It sounds like this Fae offered to, because they couldn't read the script of it, and this Fae made a deal with them to be able to read the script, but as a result, they stole their identity and started this whole thing out of, as far as they can tell, pure boredom, because it's a Fae. Do they even need a bigger excuse? And you guys, I will see you guys also get a raise because you found this book.
You mean my book?
Albus looks at you, does the knocking over your head again, just like jumps, like he does like the, you get what I mean. That's enough. It's our book.
I will read the pages out and interpret them, perhaps, if you will turn them. I appreciate your willingness to handle the sliminess.
You can read Eldritch? My God, the last person who did that wrote a series of really horrible books about us. They say he was obsessed with fish.
Well, here's the thing. I think
Fish are intriguing.
here's the thing. I think, Colin, as you look at this book, it's familiar to you.
Ah.
You wrote this book.
Oh, I didn't think the title. The publisher insisted on changing the title. That's why I didn't recognize it.
In fact, here's the thing, and I hope this is okay with you, Laura, because I think you remember something from your past. This lore worm, this creature you were researching at the time before you were exiled to the future, it's what sent you here because you found out its name. But the thing is, now that you think about it, you can't remember its name. You just know it's in this book.
I've learned many things since I arrived here, and it has crowded out knowledge I once had. Maybe if we take turns reading the book, pouring through the pages, maybe it will come back to me.
Wait, that also reminds me. Stan, did you open the book?
Oh, of course he did.
As Stan opens the book, you guys see something. This is something that I don't think will shock you, Collins. Because this isn't what you did with this book. Because you just see it kind of like shake in Stan's hand. So, and it falls to the ground, and a gate forms in front of you four, looking like a rip, like a literal rip in the world, and looks like it's heading into a fantasy world.
Dan, what did you do?
Points at Carl. He did it.
You had the book. Belle just looks at you. We talked about this. Stop opening portals to other worlds.
Dan's going into the portal.
Oh, Roger kicks the book closed.
Oh, no.
Oh, actually, that's perfect. Dan goes through the portal. The book is closed. Dan is now in the book. That's a perfect. I think that's a perfect.
Yep.
Roger, no, I'm not doing this.
I think it's amazing.
I'm not doing this today.
The equivalent of not my circus, not my monkey.
That was the correct decision.
I agree.
You can find Dungeons and Pop on Twitter at Dungeons Pop and on your favorite podcast app of choice. We split into 4 separate podcasts, DMP Legacies, which will continue We're Not in Kansas Anymore, and several of our campaigns that don't fit into the other. You can find our cosmic fantasy stories such as Adventures of Attitude and Fictional Heroism on Dungeons and Pop Aberrant Adventures. And you can find where we are showcasing our friends in the community who don't necessarily have the time to run a podcast on their own or are just new to the community in DMP Stories and Stein. Cyber City and Brian's Spelljammers campaign are continuing on the Infinite Nerd Serum, which is linked in our show notes. In addition, we have joined the Fun Installers Network, a group of independent podcasters working to help each other boost themselves and bring fun to the community. You can also join our Discord social club and join for a game even once. Thanks for listening, and if you enjoyed the show, please leave a review.